Oh, we live. We super live. Can I get some volume on my headphones? This is the Pipeline DFWI Radio. I am your host, T-Top Dallas. Ooh, there we this is a little buzz. Mine sound like I'm, what's that thing you hold on your throat? What's up, nigga? That's exactly what it sounds like right now. Josiah, what's up, bro?
We're shaking, beloved.
I can't hear that.
Am I even plugged in?
Huh?
Am I plugged in?
Nah, I don't think you plugged. I don't hear you either. We got technical difficulties, but good morning, everybody. We got Miss Kitra in the building. Hey, I'm gonna get you right there in that mic so everybody can hear you. Mic check.
Am I coming in clear?
Man, thank y'all for being with us this morning. Everybody on Facebook Live. If you're listening in, we trying to get these headphones. Oh, okay. We just say fuck it.
You don't need to see.
We don't need to see. We finna vibe out. Thank y'all for being here this morning. If you are here with us, man, we appreciate y'all. I hope y'all been having a couple good weeks. It's been there we go. It sounds good. Thank you, bro. Look, man, if y'all, we've been away. It's been how many weeks, T. Jones?
Shit, I think 3.
Somebody said your banana looks spoiled. It's not spoiled. You know that's when it's real sweet.
That's when it's good.
Who is looking at my banana?
Somebody on live.
And who pays attention to this banana when you got this beautiful woman here?
What camera
That banana's
is
fine.
Hey, that might have been shooting a shot. I can get you a good banana.
I got them good bananas on
Gonna be
the
real quick.
Nah, man. How many weeks has it been, T. Jones? It's been 3 weeks.
And the last show we had was hell, bro.
Oh yeah, that was when we had TJ the God in the building, right? Yeah. Okay, man, we're gonna have another real good explosive.
We're gonna go over them. You already know we're gonna go over them.
Okay, we're gonna go over. Oh, he giving us that time. Morel Moore, what's up, brother? Extendos and Convos podcast. Look, y'all. Before we go into who your team? You from Louisiana?
I don't have any teams. I feel like we discussed this the last time.
But you like LSU though, right?
No.
Because my Longhorns lost.
I do. No.
Oh, you an LSU fan too?
Southern University all day, baby.
Yeah, Southern.
The Southern University.
Where we need to be sending our black athletes at.
Yes.
The Cowboys
be at that LSU game though.
Cowboys won.
Of course.
Look, I still haven't watched it.
Now, how you know, nigga?
Cause I got ESPN.
But you don't watch football, but you watch what.
Look, man, I'm a man.
How long you gonna do this, Tree? Come on, man. Let's see.
Kaepernick don't have no job.
He's not gonna get a job.
Nah, he's done.
And so until he's at the age where he's ready to retire, I'm not watching.
Man, well, you're a loyal supporter of that dude, man.
That's not. It's no.
I want you to tell me like you little
cat.
You know what
I love all y'all. I love everybody.
Another show.
I love everybody, man. I love everybody. So thank y'all for being here. I really wanted you here because we finna have this conversation. This conversation about men and women.
Okay.
And how I got started.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Like, you gotta put that in there. Do the dun, dun, dun.
I will.
Hey, no, it started. You remember, I was talking to you about the text message. Mm-hmm. It started with that. And boy, it's weird how Facebook goes sometimes. You know how, like, you can post some shit, you be like, oh, listen to my music, that must be crickets.
But put some shit up.
Put some shit that everybody.
What? I can't believe you said that.
Bro, you go viral. You say the wrong thing, you will go viral.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, Murray. He said he got the spot for the podcast place. Shout out to Prosperity in the building.
Shout out.
No, but it just went crazy, and just to see the conversations for me myself, a person like me, I play devil's advocate. And so I just press buttons just to see where it goes. I'm just that, that kid who was like, leave me alone. You should have still pushing. Yeah, oh yeah.
So you trolling a little bit.
If we've had what it was, what Twitter and all that shit when I was 9, I'd be a fool.
Let me tell you, a mess.
Look, I'd be over there just talking about everybody. I'd be one what they call the brats, Nicki Minaj fans.
The Barbie?
The Barbs, yeah.
I didn't know Lil Nas X used to be a Barb.
He probably still is a Barb.
He used to be one.
He still is. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Nicki Minaj fan,
play with y'all today.
if you're a Nicki Minaj fan, you a Barb.
Andre, what up? What up?
Megan Thee Stallion, I guess what? Little Stallions? I don't know. I don't know.
What's funny is
we just trying to drive a boat.
horse.
Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion.
Look, that surprised me. I was like, bruh, you been on that Old Town Road for a long time.
You know he bats both ways, eh?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
To each his own, brother.
To each his own. Lil Nas X is a very handsome young man.
All right, well, go and get him then, girl.
Sam Smith say, what's up? But then I
Man, I ain't messing with you.
Nah, man, for real. Nah, but everybody went in And there was so much, like what I said in the post. What's the disconnect? There was so much disconnect between men and women. And I put up that day I was on one. I think the first post I was like, because I seen somebody write something, and just knowing that person, I was like, why does people take pride in being, I hate to call women bitches, but the term, the adjective.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
Space. It's okay.
We in a safe space. You're not gonna give me that eye today.
You're not talking now.
Yo, I'm just making sure because I don't like saying it. I don't like calling women that.
You can say that. It's okay.
Was a bar. Somebody said it was terrible. Lil Nas X was a bar. Hey man, everybody got to start from somewhere. And now you see where he is now. He doing songs with what's the white boy name?
I'm about to start rapping. I don't know.
Do that.
I'm about to.
Do that. I'm supporting.
I heard something on the radio. I was like, "What? Are you serious?" I mean, I like the song. It's a little Mexican song. Uno.
Oh yeah,
I like that shit.
Yeah, no, it ain't the top though.
I can do that. I can do that.
You just need all you need is a melody. That's how people like it today is melody.
That's all I need.
But yeah, it was so much disconnect throughout the day, and it just you know how it is, T. Jones. You know how it is, T. Jones. I get that bone, that left bone. I don't know what's about that left bone. That left bone make me say I got to attack it. I don't know what it is about that left bone, but and then here we are. So I really want to jump into it because I feel like this is gonna be one of them shows it's gonna get kind of hot, even though we got the air conditioning right on. It's gonna be one of them shows. We're gonna see. Let's tell people about you before we really get into it. Yeah, we gotta introduce our guests. We got to. That's
what do y'all want to know?
We know you went to Africa. You went up on everybody.
Hey, this is my African anniversary. Shout out to Africa. I miss it a lot, and I talk about it often, more than I thought I would. It's like somebody will ask me about it every time we have a conversation. How was Africa? What you been up to? I saw you went to Africa. Where did my money go? You know, people donated. I'm not rich, and Habitat for Humanity is how that was set up. It was like, hey, you can donate. We're not paying your way, but if you can get there, come on.
Right.
So, I mean,
let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I don't want to get sidetracked, but when you speak to people that's truly from whatever that continent is, their name for Africa, what the Western world call it, is different. Did you notice any of that? No, I think that. I mean, you do have that Western influence because I've heard stories of you have pictures of a white Jesus.
Oh, now it's Christianized like a motherfucker.
Damn.
And that's some weird shit to see.
Man.
Like, even at the little market, this guy was like, "Oh, are you a Christian?" I'm like, do I say no? Like, aren't y'all supposed to be like Muslim? I don't know. What do y'all practice out here? Because I don't think white Jesus is the thing.
Who's the victors? Who's the oppressors?
White people.
There you go.
The whites.
Everywhere you go, whatever language they speaking, that's who won. Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's facts.
And even now, I mean, I know we all know that China doing their thing over there, but like when you get off the plane, that's all you see. Like you see Chinese, English
in Africa,
getting
China
off the
is
plane.
Buying up a whole bunch of Africa.
They done bought up the United States too.
Yeah, I mean,
check out
that
Detroit.
was some shit to see.
Check out Detroit.
That was some shit to see. And to have like the Asian just like walking around. This Asian guy, he's like, he assumed that we were from Africa because we were black. He's like, oh, beautiful African women.
Wow.
It's like, thank you, sir. But I'm from
I'm
an American.
Was this only in the tourist?
Only in the tourist area.
Okay, so when you get to the homeland, it wasn't like that. Okay.
But like fresh off the plane.
Scary.
For like the big hotels, your Holiday Inns, like your nice places, all that is run by.
And you know what's scary about that?
Chinese.
The fact that you have artifacts that tells our stories, and that's in danger. Because when you start having people that don't look like that don't resemble what that history is, they don't care about anything.
They do not care about anything.
They put it in a museum,
right? And charge you for it. Charge you for shit that's yours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna charge you to come see some shit that was already here for free.
But what's crazy is they'll take artifacts from Africa, put it in a museum in say France, and make millions of dollars for France.
Yep.
Instead of having at least a museum in the country that it's from, let's just say Nigeria, right? I mean, instead of having a museum there and generating an economy for them, saying, hey, if you come here, you can see these artifacts for our history and generate that income for their economy. They'll just take it and bring it somewhere else and not send that money back.
Thieves in the night. Man,
in the day.
For real, day and night. Nah, that's dope. You should
I
go
miss
again.
it. I'm trying to go back. I am trying to go back. So, Brittany, my best friend that I went with, she's trying to get everybody together, not this year, for in 2020. So we're trying to go back again. So we need all the black people. They were looking for us. I got off the plane. He's like, where the rest of y'all at?
Damn.
I was like, what do you mean? He said, where the rest of the black people?
Damn.
We sick of seeing white people come in and help us.
Damn. I mean, it's shit. Money tight over here too. You know, damn. As much as they don't think it is, money tight over here.
Oh, they think we rich as hell.
Do they?
Oh yeah, they think we dripping like in gold. I told no, brother, this is where I'm from. He's like, oh, this looks a lot like here. It's like, yes, it does. It does.
Man, so let me kind of naturally going into what we're talking about today. How was the men and women relationships out there?
Oh, so
she said ha.
We were the only. It just depends on what you want. It's still in your traditional roles.
Right.
Like the fact that the guy that I was dating at the time, he had a little boy. And the lady, she couldn't wrap her head around the fact that he had already had a child. And it wasn't my child. And he wasn't my husband.
Wow.
Like, no, like you court, you get married, and then you have children. Not to say that, things don't happen out of order. But from what I saw, it kind of seems like you are shunned if things are out of order, because that's the way of lifestyle. The boys, they herd, they farm, they do all this and that, and the girls go to school. And so we got out there. He's like, oh, y'all be worth a lot of cows. I said, what?
Worth a lot of cows?
Worth a lot of cows. He said, you went to university, which is college? He said, oh, yeah, lots of cows. I said, what does that mean? So the boys, they raise all these cows up until they're ready to court this woman, and they go to her family. Hey, I got X amount of cows, which might be like 500 a head, 700, 800, depending on the type of, livestock you have. So that's revenue. So I'm marrying you. I'm giving you all this shit I got because I'm trying to get at your daughter. What's up?
And that's crazy because that's how it used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're still functioning like that. But that lets you know they're still at least in control most of their lands.
He asked us, like, what are y'all traditions?
Fucking
get in where you get in where you fit in. I said, I
You're
guess
worth
the
a
ring.
lot of DMs.
I'm worth DMs and maybe a ring.
My cousin said she going to Ghana in 2020. And then Logan's an actor. He said they tried to do that stuff with some Ethiopian stuff, but Ethiopia wasn't about to let that slide.
Logan was shaking.
They was having the revolts in South Africa too.
Some sad shit, man.
Damn, sad food. All right.
Well, I mean,
because we were revolting against them.
I know, but you still have people that get caught in them.
I understand.
It's a lot of shit.
But shit, what they think's gonna happen when you finally think about it is. And I think this goes into why relationships are so bad between men and women. When you know who you are, you know where you come from, you got pride for that shit. I think one of the biggest reasons why there's a disconnect between men and women today is because we don't even know who the hell we are. When you don't even know who you are as a man, as a woman, where you come from, your ancestors, what do you have pride for except what you've been taught? And most of us have been raised in front of a TV or a goddamn radio because our parents or if they're not single parents, you know what I mean? It's easy. It's easy to raise that kid that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's dangerous as well,
then they don't think that there's anything wrong with that because they weren't taught any different either. Like, it really depends on the background and type of household you were raised in, like what you see a role as a man is or a woman is supposed to be. Like, if your mama been busting her ass and she was the mama and the daddy, yeah.
So, let me ask you this. Because I haven't gotten your opinion. I want to get both of y'all opinion. Is there a disconnect? Do you really truly believe there's a disconnect between and everybody? Let me do a disclaimer. Everybody that's listening on Facebook Live, that's listening live, who may hear this in the future. This is the disclaimer. I'm speaking from an Aboriginal point of view right now. I'm not a white man. I'm not Hispanic.
Right.
I'm not Asian. I'm not none of that. I'm speaking from my community. So don't get any of this misconstrued because some of this won't relate to you. The Jews and the Asians strong as fuck. The Mexicans strong as fuck.
Don't
so
say the Jews on the
shit, goddamn truth though. But you know what? They'll give you game though.
Yeah, they will. They will
give you game. So it's just like
if you speak to them with knowledge, you get a favorable reply.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to study their ways, their tactics. That's how you become better at war. You know what I mean? So
if you're gonna give me some game, I mean, I'm gonna listen. I might not like the person it's coming from, but knowledge is knowledge at the end of the day. Like if you
facts. So yeah, is there a disconnect?
It depends on what you're talking about. I mean, yes and no.
I want you all up in here when you say that.
Yes and no. It depends on what you're talking about. Yes and no. Like, if I'm out and about, do I feel protected by my brothers? Yeah. Like, if some shit go down, I hope.
Right.
And if not, it's really going to be some consequences and repercussions if I make it out. Like, where the fuck y'all niggas was at when this shit was going down? But, I mean, it's about communication at the end of the day. Like, if we're in a relationship and we're talking about, like, gender roles, like, what's going on in this relationship, y'all need to have that conversation together. Like, hey, this is how I was raised. I think a man should do X, Y, and Z. If you ain't with that shit, let me know.
Right.
I'm supposed to be cooking and cleaning. All right, nigga, you going to work today?
Right.
Because we ain't going to work today.
Something got to get done.
Something's got to get done. What are we doing?
Okay.
So it really depends.
What about you?
I agree with that. So yeah, it's yes and no. Because in an individual relationship, you should have that conversation. Because not everybody was raised the same way. I went through that. There was expectations that I had that I was upset was not being met because I had those expectations based on what I knew. Right. And that was happening the other way back, right? So if you don't have that conversation, that's going to cause a disconnect. But if you have that conversation and you're honest about it, you can either, one, end that relationship before you get too far and it's crazy, or that can make that bond stronger because now you understand each other. That's what it has to come to, is understanding.
Right.
So on an individual relationship level, there can be, but that's fixable. On a macro level, there are disconnects because you have people being influenced by what they're hearing and what they're seeing. So you have the all women are this or all men are trash, and it's like that's where you get in the disconnect because nobody is all one thing or all the other.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this
crazy talk.
This is where I think you can kind of start having. I don't want to say conversations because the conversations are being had, but I think we need to realize as men and women, we're not the same men and women that we try to or we idolize almost. The circumstances have changed. The women from the 60s and the 50s are not the same women.
They're not.
The men from that time are not the same men. Circumstances have changed. You have deeper programming, deep in all of that.
Yep.
And I think once we start being real about that is now it's equal. It's equal. It's what dissect. I don't want to say what women fought for because it is what women fought for, but it's crazy. It's crazy even going back into that thought as far as what women fought for, which brings up feminism and different.
But
things
which
like
women?
That.
Who was it? White women or was it black women? Because we were straight.
Right.
We was chilling.
Feminism was a white woman issue, and they brought that shit into the black neighborhood. You know what I mean? And that's a whole another goddamn pipeline. But we don't ask those questions.
Yeah.
It's funny thinking about just that timeline and looking at the reaction. The whole time one was basically this woman asked. If the people who hasn't seen it, you can research this. If you go to Treetop Dallas, you can actually go on my profile or just type in woman wants $20 for men. I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere. It's a text message. But she asked the man for $20. He asked for what? Like, okay, it's for my kids. They got a field trip the same day. First question: why you wait so late? Why you waiting to the nitty gritty?
Why did you do your baby like that?
Right.
You should have planned this ahead of time.
But then the next thing that popped up was he was like, "Nah, you need to ask the kid's father for that." I think, you know what I mean? That's where the other man was like, "Nah, that's not my responsibility." And the one thing that was sticking out was it's just $20. But we still ignoring the issue. The issue wasn't the money. I hope the money went the issue. $20. That's like on the wood. Remember the wood? You ain't got $1. Y'all remember that? You ain't got $1. You can say that today. You ain't got $20. You don't need to be going out nowhere, bro.
You don't need to do it then. If you ain't got that, then stay at home. Stay your ass at home.
You know what I mean? And that was the issue, but it was that disconnect there on the expectation. That's what that's what I'm speaking of.
Yeah. In her mind, I guess she was feeling like, hey, if you fucking with me, like, I should be able to ask you for $20, regardless of what it was. She could have lied and said, I just need to get my nails done, instead of sending little Timothy to the field trip.
Right.
But, I mean, it's just $20.
Do you think it would have mattered then, though?
It could have. If his comeback was, you need to ask the child's father, is it really you not wanting to give to the child because you think that's somebody else's responsibility, or you just not, you don't want to give me $20? What is it?
I think what's being lost in it is a beautiful word called nuance. We don't know who these people are and what's the level of their relationship.
Right.
Because if they've been talking for, let's just say, a month.
Don't ask me for
Well, she stated
money.
that. She said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Well, that let me know. I looked at the context clue. You said talk. I don't want to be with you no more is a whole different
So
thing.
if they've only
They're
been
not in a
entertaining each other for a month, don't come to me asking me for money for your kids when you have their parents that you can reach out to.
Because guarantee I ain't met them kids.
We're not there.
Guarantee I ain't
Have I
met them
even met
kids.
the child yet? Do I know you have a child? No. Is this your first time springing up at the fact that you have a kid? You been hiding the world from your kid?
Guarantee I ain't met that child. I keep telling people, look, we rushing. I think we just rushing to that shit too fast. Like, if you ain't sure you about to marry that person, why are these people meeting your kids? They could be meeting Chester the molester.
And that's a lot of the case.
Meeting everybody.
Unfortunately, and that's the situation for a lot of people.
So as far as filling roles, because I think that's another branch off that whole conversation. What is it about role filling for men and women that we fail to realize is the same thing anymore? Like you said, we're not the same men, we're not the same women.
Yeah.
What is it about role filling that people don't understand? This is a whole new time.
Yeah. I mean, so for example, I come from a 2-parent household. Mm-hmm. My mom, my grandmother, my aunts, like, that's what I look to, like, as a woman. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Great. God forbid I was raised by the TV or the radio. I'd be out here, turning up every day, doing whatever. City girl, hot girl all year. Ain't no hot girl summer. It's a hot girl winter, summer, spring, fall. Like, the role's important. Like, you have to have some type of example to go off of. Even if, times have changed. If I'm still in my traditional roles, I'm looking for somebody who has those same values, regardless of what's going on during the time. I know times change, but nigga, what's up? You gonna get down or lay down? Like, what you gonna do?
Right.
This is what I'm about. You trying to do the same thing? No, that's fine.
Right. What you think?
I think the word roles is what kind of, I hate this word, triggers people. But roles makes it sound like there's just full choice, because I think that also goes into freedoms. Mm-hmm. And in the U.S., we have this thing about freedom. I'm free to do this. I have the choice to do this. I should be able to do whatever it is that I want. But I think there's certain natural, you can't choose it, just quote, roles that exist amongst men and women, mm-hmm. or the masculine and the feminine. But it all works together to make it all work.
Yeah.
So it's not like you don't have to believe that a woman can't work and she has to stay at home and just have babies and cook and clean and all that.
Right.
But at least to me, I feel like it feels more natural when a man is the quote leader of the household, the protector.
Right.
And the woman is more of the nurturer. Not saying that a man shouldn't be a nurturer, but the woman is the primary nurturer and the man is the primary provider. And they work together in tandem to make it all work completely.
What if I said going back to those 60s, what if I said roles would start being diminished at that time? Maybe 100% around that time. In a sense of, you got government programs and funding. It's pretty much the daddy now.
Yeah. That is zaddy now. Like, the government is zaddy. Like, that's where I'm getting my checks from. That's where I'm getting everything from. Like, if I'm on welfare, if I'm getting Section 8, whatever, like, that's zaddy. Like, they came through, hey, you can't have that nigga in the house. You trying to get these bands, what's up? See you later, boo. Like, I don't know what you gonna do, but me and these kids, we got it. We don't need you.
How destructive is that?
Look at where we at.
Right.
Look at where we at.
I mean, sometimes you gotta say it for people. It's just like when blocks. You see a baby struggling with this fear. Like, here, baby, this fear don't go in that circle. It go here.
I'm gonna show you this one time.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes people have to hear that shit. It's just like when a child. It's funny because having kids, I be like, you know how you tell somebody something, and they then somebody. They grandma come around and tell them to do this. I said, I just told you that. But it came from somebody different.
You have to hear from somebody else sometimes. I deal with that at work all day. Oh, you don't want to listen to me? Fine. I'll get somebody else. They'll explain it to you a little differently. You might pick it up then.
Do you be hitting them with that neck and explain it like that?
I probably do.
Okay, see, that's why.
I probably do.
That neck is neck look.
I don't even know if I'm doing the neck. I probably was. I don't know.
No, it's How destructive is something like the government stepping in and being daddy, saying you can't have a man in the house, or feminism? We're gonna go back and touch on feminism, because I think feminism, and I think feminism was big in a sense. It brought a white woman's problem into our neighborhood, because before then, while we were fighting for the same issues, men were never saying we didn't want you to have a job and things like that. Roles were roles. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that wasn't something we were trying to stop y'all from.
That was feminism. That was European shit. Like, we come from a matriarch society. Like, whatever mama say goes. Like, mama is, daddy bringing home the bacon, but mama been with us all day. So if mama say this, we gonna jump, and daddy gonna listen too. Because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. But white women, like, their men rule over them with a iron fist, a big ass fucking thumb, whatever the fucking saying is. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, they're oppressed in their own home. So yes, they fighting to go to work and this and that, and
it's still a matriarch. Who's the queen? Ain't it the queen of the world? The Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah.
It's still a matriarch.
She's the queen of the world? Sorry, girl. Sorry, Queenie. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the United States as the military state,
that's not a part of my reality.
I'm just telling you how the setup is, how the system is. You look at art of war. You got to look. Everybody has their sectors. You got the military state, which is the United States. You got the money, which is Great Britain.
Yeah.
And then you got the religious, which is the Vatican. Those are the major states. Most of the major decisions come from there. When you split, Social Security come from where? Great Britain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Religion, shit don't really move until the Pope say something. And then who's setting up shop and dominating this motherfucker? The United States. So much as we don't want to, that's what it is.
As much as we don't want to say it, that is how.
It's
that
facts.
is how it is. Yeah.
Going deeper down that hole, like I said, going into feminism. Do you believe in feminism?
Not white feminism. I mean, it just depends. I feel like women they have the right to do whatever they want.
Right.
But a lot of the things that they're fighting for is just like, really, bitch? Like,
I think it's to the point where they ain't got no goddamn argument no more. Y'all got everything y'all want.
We could use more pay. That's about it. I mean,
I think even that's outdated. Just like the thing you heard, women get less jobs and women like the job disparity in the pay. I think those arguments are outdated.
It's a possibility. Because I know a lot of women busting their ass. Making dough. But when you have, some things where you can physically say, oh yeah, these people are making more than you, then yeah, we could tweak a few things. But I mean, I don't know if it's a real argument at the end of the day. Everybody's doing what they want to do.
I think the more the conversation is black people, period, if you want to say black Aboriginal, period, on making it is under the totem pole when you start talking about it. I think that's more of an argument, which is what we were fighting for in the first place.
But and I don't want to make anybody upset.
Nah, you gotta speak your mind.
But that's with everything. That's with the gay agenda. That's with feminism. Like, we come out like, hey, black people, we getting shot and killed, y'all. But what about gay rights? We're getting shot and killed too. So of course that's gonna be a big hoopla that overshadows us all the time. Our issues were overshadowed by feminism. Like,
ain't that,
shut up, niggas.
Ain't that funny how they did that?
On.
Ain't it funny how they did that? They sprung up feminism, and then they took civil rights, which was both black women and black men, and then what they did, we're gonna give gay rights. Gay rights is civil rights now. Everything other than what it originated to be is civil rights now. Don't say it. I see something.
I think with feminism first, there's certain feminist ideologies that are legit,
right?
Which will come down to civil rights, things that are what should be civilized beliefs, right? Equal pay, equal rights, freedom to control your body, not having somebody telling you what you can and can't do with your body.
Right.
Black rights are civil rights as far as being able to vote, employment, education rights. Those are civil rights. Gay rights are civil rights. I don't care if the gay man and the other gay man gets married. That don't do nothing to me.
Right.
And I don't think it should be illegal for them to get married.
It shouldn't be.
I don't care.
Right.
Now, I know there's some people that will hear that and say that's a triggering statement because fuck you.
Right.
But it doesn't bother me. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Their personal life. So those are civil rights. The problem becomes where when it comes to talking about black people, African people, Aboriginal people, whichever term that you want to use, that's when it becomes, well, look, we need to study about this. We need to do more research and all this other shit, right? But then when it's somebody else, then it's, we need to take care of this now.
I'm going to make a law right now to help you out.
Today's what, the 14th?
Maybe.
So 3 days ago was the 11th.
Yeah.
9/11, never forget. Slavery.
Not forget.
Get over it.
Get over it. Facts.
You know what I mean? So that's where the disparity comes in, because whenever it comes to black issues, then it's, well, look, everybody has struggles that they go through.
It's dismissed. It's always dismissed. Pretty much shut up, sit in the corner, and just ride the wave. You're going to get your turn eventually. Just ride the wave. Let us take care of this first. We got you. We got you. Let us deal with this first, okay?
It's like paying you back when they get their taxes, and that shit is free.
I'm good for it, bro. We going to pay you back.
Good.
Now, for the people that's listening in, I don't want people to think that I'm attacking women, because it's not that.
I don't feel attacked.
Yeah, it's not that. I'm just speaking that. I'm only giving crumbs to get to where we are right now. I'm trying to build up to where we are right now. But you can't. You have to break down the truths of the matter. Because I'm gonna get on us too, man. We got our own faults. Now, granted, even with the feminism, with social programs and the breakdown of civil rights, all this stuff is systematic. Now, everything that we are speaking about is not by chance. They had to break down the families to infiltrate the communities. Because if you got a strong family, which there were, you had the Black Panther movements and different things like that. The Nation of Islam of some sorts, even though I'm not even gonna go right now. But you know what I mean. You had those movements that were promoting strong communities,
right?
But at the same time,
black communities.
Facts. You know what I mean? Only reason I didn't say that because I did that disclaimer. We tapped in. We didn't see the disclaimer. You know what? When we do the breakdown, we're gonna throw that disclaimer in there right there at the beginning of everybody, so they know who we talking to. Because it's just like, again, we can only relate to who we are. But you know, when you talking about understanding why there's a disconnect, you have to touch on everything. It's just one of those things when you speak about feminism and again those social programs, they were so detrimental because it took who we need. If we don't have that counterpart, we ain't shit. It's it's examples everywhere. Whether there's a single man with kids or a single woman with kids. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's more single women than kids because where are our men?
In jail.
Dead. On drugs. Or they may just falling off the census because they stopped looking for jobs, getting discouraged. Hell, I went to the movies. I think we got a call in. I don't know how to tap it in. T. Jones, help!
Help!
We gonna get y'all, whoever it is, whoever's calling in, please hold on. I don't know how to tap it in.
Help!
That's so scary. Damn, that shit loud. We gonna get this person called in. Can we get him in there? I don't know. We'll get T. Jones in here, but they gonna make sure they call. They gonna call.
Don't hang up.
Don't hang up. We got you. T. Jones here, right here. We want to take this call real quick, y'all. This is the Pipeline DFWI Radio. Who this?
This is Bruce Jones out of Dallas, Texas.
Bruce Jones. What's up, brother?
We're shaking.
Hey, what's going on, man? I was just tuning in.
What's up?
Listening to y'all talk, man. Big shout out to y'all, man.
Thank you,
First
brother.
and foremost, doing y'all thing.
Thank you. What's up, man? Tell me what's on your mind. You got a question?
Man, really, just mostly like a statement, you know, like what the brother was saying and what you was saying a while ago, man. I feel the same way that you was saying. Just I don't know which one I'm talking to right now, but
this treat side, we got the side to the right of me, and we got the beautiful Miss Kitra in front of me.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I was listening to what you were saying. Like, I just feel like it's genocide when they started the movement with the gay rights. I feel like they were just placing genocide on us like that because we up against so much already, and they took some more of our brothers that could be possibly fighting with us. And they start fighting for their own situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we left out here. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, we need everything and we trying to beg for help or nothing like that. But it's at the same time, if it's strength in numbers and we dwindling in the numbers and people seeing less and less of it, like, and they make excuses for it. Like, we get locked up, they making excuses for that now. We getting killed in the middle of the streets. They making excuses for that now. We getting systematically taken from our woman or our wife or our counterpart, our black woman. We systematically got taken from her, and they making excuses for that now. So it's like when the gay movement came in and they started fighting for their equal right, it was like another slap in the face to the black man. And that's just my understanding of how the thing's going right now.
Let me ask you this, Bruce.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me ask you this. So, within your circle, what do you see as a big issue as far as that disconnect between men and women? Because I think we all have came to agreement there's some type of disconnect, even though we may be connected in other ways. I think in the major ways we need to revive this community. I think we realize there's a disconnect within your circle. What would you say is a big issue?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Within my circle, I think it's ignorance. Like people, some people in my circle, they're willing to do the work behind researching and stuff like that, and some just rather be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like some, you know, to them ignorant ain't bliss, but to some ignorant is, you know. I feel like that's the biggest issue in my circle, you know what I'm saying, with what I'm doing, because I run a production studio out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to get my homeboys on the same page as me far as doing contract, marketing, promotion, getting into other ideas other than just rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get into movies, get into screenplays, get into script writing. You know what I'm saying? Other ideas into they see it, they want to see it, but it's like, you know, when people first, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I only know the black man with me. I can say what happens to me.
Right.
What happened to me the first time I started learning stuff, I got aggravated. I got mad at what was going on. My first reaction was aggravation.
Right. That's natural.
So every time I try to tell them something about contracts, they feel like I'm trying to white man them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to steal from them, or I'm trying to take from them, or I'm trying to do something other than make money with them.
I'm gonna say this, Bruce, and we're gonna let you go. Before I say that, where can people follow you at, bro?
Right.
Oh man, I'm everywhere on social media as Bruce Jones Productions. You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm everywhere, man. Bruce Jones Productions.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I follow you. I'm gonna say this, bro. Definitely don't stop doing what you're doing. I would say I always look for people who have that same mindset to add to your circle, but with the ones that you really care about in your circle, I always remember, bro. A lot of this stuff, it's just like a racist white person. You know what I mean? You damn near can't even blame them because they were raised in that way. Mm-hmm. It's nature and nurture.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with our people. Exactly. We not taught finances. We not taught contracts. We not taught none of that stuff. We gotta. I'm guaranteeing you had to teach yourself a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I taught myself about contracts and everything, man. I sat here a year and a half just learning the contract part of the music business.
It's a fool, bro. It's a fool. It's so much information that we do not understand to survive in the way the world is set up now. You got to learn that game. You got to learn that game, bro. Man, I really appreciate you calling, bro. Because this is, like I said, this conversation it runs deep. It puts you in a place where you ain't got no choice. If you listen, you ain't got no choice but to go down that rabbit hole. Because we want feelings like being aggravated and frustration to pop up. Because it just conjures up study. Mm-hmm. To me, anyway.
It does.
You got to
if I can get my partners to think that, if I can get them to think that when they don't know something is a eureka moment, I think we'll be all right.
Keep pushing at them, bro. Keep pushing at them, man. You got one last thing to say before we let you go?
Man, I appreciate you for having me on the show, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing. I love what y'all doing. I stay tuned in, you know what I'm saying? I just followed you on the feet first, you know what I'm saying? And man, that's about it, man. I just love giving motivation and to people, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for having me.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you for calling, man.
For sure.
All right, you have a good one, bro. You know what was crazy?
Yeah, man. I just gave him the follow. Bruce Jones Productions for anybody that was listening.
I definitely give him a follow after I'm done taping this live. For sure. You know, to people who don't think it's systematic, and I'm going back to feminism. You remember Women's Day?
Barely.
Yes. Women's Day.
Women's Day, like the Women's March?
No, there was a thing called Women's Day. When feminism first started, they really started introducing it into the black neighborhood. Gotcha. There was a thing called Women's Day. And even with a lot of black movements, NAACP, who founded those shits?
White
people.
The white. The white.
Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
The Rothschilds back Martin Luther King, his speeches.
Yep.
White people writing his speeches. All that shit.
Women's Day was founded by the Rockefellers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who started it? Gloria Steinem.
Yep. We know this.
She's a CIA operative.
Yeah.
They start everything.
Yes, sir, man.
Black people don't hold enough power to be able to start much shit. So white people start and fund every fucking thing.
And I'm glad you said that, because think about this. And we speak about so many issues going back and forth. I think money is really big, because it goes back to that whole post. That whole post, it was about $20. But at the end of the day, we say this all the time, T. Jones.
Yep.
Who hires and fires in our neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
We don't. For the most part, we don't.
Unless you're a black business owner, you're not hiring and firing.
And so how can we be mad at our counterpart when they can't find a job, especially if you know they trying? Make you think a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the Pipeline DFWI Radio, man. We here vibing, vibes, energy rolling. Man, what's the calling number again?
214-317-4855.
4855. I should know that by now. But it's changed though. The one on the flyer is different though. I got to get the flyer update. It's changed because you even
Smoking that stronger.
I do be smoking that good shit, but damn, man. Look, man. I know I ain't crazy, but when we was over there, it was different.
Nope.
It wasn't different.
Been the same
No.
for 6 years. 6 years.
It gonna make me feel like I'm crazy or something.
We don't drink tequila no more.
I know, man. The tequila born. Let the tequila in,
It's
man.
fucking our memory out.
Nah, man, we got the beautiful Kitra in the building, Sai in the building, T Jones in the building, man. We just vibing out about why there is a disconnect between men and women, because obviously there is. As far as can I get personal with you?
Sure.
As far as your relationships, what's been one thing? Because I know you said communication. I feel like you about to say it again.
Okay.
But what's been one of the glaring things you think that's been maybe disconnects in your relationships in the past?
Communication and just like family oriented and those things that I talked about. Hey, I'm coming from, not to say that if you don't come from a 2-parent household, like you ain't got it together. Yes, you can get your examples of what a healthy relationship looks like outside of your family and your parents and things like that. Even my parents, like they're separated now. Was it the healthiest? No, I had to look other places, but shit, I never got the question. Where was I going with this?
Which as far as disconnect within your personal relationships?
Yes, I'm from a big family. That's what I want from somebody. I don't want to say I'm looking from a provider because I can provide for myself.
Right.
But that's what my dad did. Like, my dad was a traditional male role. And my mom, even though she had a job, that was her traditional role. Like, she raised me. My dad went home, got the money, came back here. That's what I expect from my husband. That's what I expect from somebody that I'm dating. Now, I also have, I can't think of the name of the syndrome. This is like self-syndrome. I'm self-diagnosing myself. I'm a helper. I am a nurturer. Let me help this polar. Oh, you struggling? You got a dream, baby. I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you motherfucking get there because I love you. No, that should have come and bite you in the ass every time.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Man, incredible people. Very helpful people. July?
August.
Libra gang. Libra gang.
Gang. Okay.
Very helpful.
So yeah, that's something that I had to learn just about myself in general. But yeah, my biggest things: communication, being family oriented, and honesty. People don't like that.
I think that's maturity.
Yeah.
I think that's, especially with men. Women, not so much. I think with men, because I was funny. I was talking to the homie, and we were speaking about kind of some of the stuff on the same lines. And I told him, I was like, you got to understand how we were, especially as athletes, how you're brought up. Mm-hmm. You're brought up to be damn near a savage.
Yeah.
I can remember times after basketball games, there was a girl in my room, and I'm like, how the hell you get in my room? She was ready. Yes.
Okay.
So when you're subjected to shit like that, you're not subjected to being honest. You're subjected to be a savage. You hear about all the stories of people going into recruiting trips and shit like that. And I'm only speaking about me. So you start, what are we pushed at as in males? We're pushed into the arts.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily pushed into things that would necessarily grow our community. Mm-hmm. That's what we're pushed in. So in those worlds, the same thing with entertainment.
Arts, entertainment, sports. That's what y'all are pushed.
And the savages all around in them motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. So what? It goes back to expectations. Mm-hmm. I think we give up a lot within our relationships, especially people. I say this to say that. There's glaring things that would make you fight for somebody. Yeah. They may be this, they may be that, but you see that ambition, you see that vision. They just immature as fuck. And there's nothing wrong to leave them alone, but sometimes you got to get that person time to mature.
Yeah.
The maturation period. You said communication. Mm-hmm. What in the lines of communication? Chelsea Danielle Rowe, how you doing? What as far as communication, do you think inhibits it filling those roles? Because those roles, those family ties, I think are very strong within you, and I think it's within a lot of women because even within that post about that $20, I see a lot of women was like, if my daddy did this and my dad did this, baby, the men that you trying to talk to now aren't your daddy.
They're not the same men. They are not. And at this point, you do have to kind of, I don't want to say settle, but there are certain gives and takes. Like, okay, this is not how you were raised. Like, do I want to give you the time to rise to the occasion? Am I just waiting for nothing? Like, if you really care about me, I'm not saying, you have to take care of me. But if I'm really feeling you and you really feeling me, somebody is going to give in eventually. Like, I know you're not like that, but I love you regardless. I know you're not used to these traditional roles, but I can agree with that. I can go along with the ride. Like, it just really, it depends. But examples, that's the biggest thing. Like with communication, I was dating this guy and it was like every disagreement was an argument or a fight, and it's like, I'm not trying to argue with you. Yeah. I'm just bringing up a point. And so it got to the point, I was like, well, damn, I don't even want to say nothing to this nigga because it's going to be a fight. And I'm not an argumentative person. I don't like to go tit for tat back and forth. I say my piece. It is what it is. But don't follow me around and be like, no.
It's crazy.
But he's from, I don't want to say a single parent household, but he didn't have the best relationship with his mother or his father. So they fought all the time. So every disagreement, and you can see it in the family. Like, oh, this how y'all be acting around each other? Oh, I see where you get it from now. Okay, this isn't gonna work.
You know what?
It's not gonna work.
I had the same conversation with somebody earlier this week, and it was similar situation. The guy was acting the same way. It's crazy. It's. I think even in relationships, in that disconnect, I think you can't. When you get in a relationship, I can't expect you to fix my issues. And that's one thing we have to realize. I cannot expect you to fix any of my issues. Only thing you can do is help me level up. Help me become a better person.
Let me tell you, I realized a long time ago I cannot change people. I understand that. But everybody, they have their own traumas, their own issues that they deal with. And it took me time to realize, like, I cannot help you. I'm going through my own shit. I'm trying to figure out my mental issues. I'm trying to figure out what I got going on in my life. I need you at least to be willing to meet me halfway and know that I'm working on some shit personally, and I know that you're working on some shit personally. But we still need to be able to come together and, make this shit work.
Right.
Like, it's not an excuse, but sometimes it is an excuse. But you have to be mature enough to realize, hey, this is just not what I wanted.
Right.
I can't do this. It's a good ride, but
That's scary. That's scary.
It can be.
One other little tidbit I want to have in there because it's on one of my notes. Also, this goes back to feminism. Y'all gonna be like, he just keep talking about feminism, but it's so. I'm trying to push the narrative and the truth of how systematic this shit is. They couldn't tax a whole other half of the population until feminism took hold, because you had to push people into working. You had to push people into taking those man roles. I don't say man roles, but at the time they were roles that you would traditionally have men do. On top of you having, did you see the post I put earlier this week, the Kissinger report?
I don't remember.
So I put up a report, Henry Kissinger. It got declassified in 1990. In 1974, he put out a report. This was solely about depopulation. So if this type of stuff was coming out just on depopulation, just imagine what they would do.
I know what you're talking about.
Where it was talking about it, there was so much in there, but they said they said it damn near 30 different times in this report that they had to promote women's education, push them more pay for women, better jobs, and more, like, it was a big push towards women equality. And if you start thinking about it, you think, like, what's the big push for? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because like I said, everybody that's listening, everybody that's hearing me, do not come after me. I'm not saying I don't want women equality. Civil rights was what that was. It was black in It was men and women fighting for the same things. But when you pull that woman away from that man and you say, here, that white man says, we're going to give you everything you desire. Where's that woman at now?
She is at work. And then I can't have no baby because I'm be doing my thing for a couple months and I'm going to have to go on maternity leave. And then when I pop this baby out, you're only going to give me 4 weeks to be with my baby, and then I got to go back to work. Like, there's no family dynamic at this point. Mm-hmm. Who's going to raise a child? Now I got to go take this baby to daycare and hope that don't nobody fuck with my baby. Whew. Like, it's
crazy.
It's crazy. That's why I'm 30. Hell, I don't have no kids. That's why people wait so late to have children now. And po whites, no, I don't want to say po whites. They ain't having no kids. They ain't making no babies.
But that man can make enough money for 3 people. So that woman can still sit at home and,
she can still do it.
She can do a business.
She can pay somebody to have her baby. At this point, what are you talking about? At this point, I don't even have to pop the baby out myself. I can pay Martha to have my baby.
They cloning it like our food, huh?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I feel like it's the reason why there's a disconnect between us. We're not chemically balanced. I always say that shit. We're nowhere near chemically balanced where we're supposed to be. People be even new.
The Popeye's chicken craze. What are you talking about?
Boy, who had a Popeye's chicken in here? Other than I know I did.
I'm not gonna lie, I had it, but I felt really bad.
Why'd you feel bad though? Why'd you feel bad?
So, Chick-fil-A chicken breast, big as hell. The Popeye's chicken breast is bigger than that shit. Ooh. And I'm like, this is a fucking Mondo, the Mondo burger.
Mondo burger.
It was a fucking Mondo chicken breast. And I'm like, yo, it's delicious as fuck. Mm-hmm. And when I'm getting a chicken sandwich, I'm like, okay, I did get extra things. I was like, it's a chicken sandwich. It's going to be small as hell. No, I could only eat half of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not going back for it. Because what the fuck is in this chicken breast? Why is it so big? And I had to think about all the shit that I was putting in my body. I was like, yeah, you need to detox, bitch. You need to go and throw this shit up right now. Yeah.
We are so chemically unbalanced. You speak about even in your past relationship.
The food that you eat, the weed that you smoke, everything.
The weed, yeah. But that's why you gotta know how to pick it.
I know.
All the weed, look, them tight buds y'all be liking, them real tight buds, stay away from them. Stay away from them. It got a lot of chemicals in it. You want your buds to be kind of leafy. That's the last thing I'm talking about. Yeah. You want your buds to be kind of leafy. The ones that's real hard, you don't want that. All right.
There's chemicals in
my only disclaimer on her. I probably be like, this nigga hot. Nah, man, we appreciate you calling in, bro. With that, because you speaking about even having those conversations with exes and there was a straight blow up. And thinking about just anytime you maybe have you speaking with your counterpart, I maybe can speak with my counterpart and anything, and we blow up. You know what I mean? Or even being able to relate to one another, or even being able. It was funny. The homegirl, shout out Candy, she was speaking about something, and it's crazy. It's like even wanting to get yourself in higher learning, and asking questions. And people are like, that's too much work. That chemical balance that just keep you all just from not even striving. Mm-hmm. Like, food is a weapon. You can either make that shit energy or a weapon or asset. You know what I mean? We think about that.
Your brain is in your gut.
If you're not functioning 100%, how are you supposed to be able to take care of, let alone one person, a whole family? Mm-hmm. And not go crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's damn near impossible.
It's and that's a whole different conversation. Y'all know I'm not having no meat, man. I go in. Stop eating that shit. You seen that? You know Country Wayne?
Yeah.
Hey, you seen that skit where somebody was eating that Popeye's chicken sandwich and he knocked it out their hand? I damn near want to do that. I know probably don't get in the fight.
Don't do that.
I probably gonna
do it with somebody you know.
He's still probably gonna try to fight. I can see I'm gonna have to have my weed game right that day.
Do it with somebody you know. You know.
Shout out Country Wayne. Kind of going back into why we're here now. That history. Man, I told you I wouldn't going. I would have to get on our ass because I feel like I've been on not necessarily women's asses, but dissecting that time period, and it was a lot of things that they attacked. Not necessarily it's women's fault, but they attacked our women. But they were attacking us too. Because you had the war and shit before that. People gotta understand, but even before then, you had the Black Wall Street, which they destroyed.
Yep.
Even taking our land. Because a lot of us are from here. What's your tribe?
No.
I see so much Native American in you.
I know it's there, but I mean, we are the Native Americans.
I know. I just see it in you.
Just different colors. Just how we have different casts and different shades now. Like, it's always been there, just on different parts. I could look at somebody from Louisiana. You from Louisiana, ain't you? Mm-hmm. You from Mississippi. You look like you from up north. I don't know where you. Everybody looks, we're the Native Americans. We always been here.
Ain't it crazy how our ancestors can look at, even like our grannies and stuff, they can look at you and tell what type of region you're from. I remember back in the Gap, I was with a ex and we went to her grandmother's house, and I think she was from Louisiana. She kept looking at me. She said, "Baby, where you from?" I said, "From Dallas." "Nah, where your people from?" I said, "Well, half of them from Louisiana and the other half from East Texas." I knew it. I could see that Louisiana in your cheekbones. I'm like, what? And it's crazy, like, that lets you know we from these lands. Just like I can look at an African person, I'm like, bro, you ain't from here.
Africa.
You from Africa, fam.
So where you from? Oh, I'm from Dallas. No, you are not. Where are you from? Oh, so you second generation. Okay, your mom and dad, they African. Okay, gotcha. That's why you look different.
And that's another part that goes into my second point. Even knowing where you from and the education of it. The victors tell the story. It got back to what we said at the beginning of this. Where you from, where those people speak, what their language they speak, the religion they speak. That's who won the battle in the area. You got South America, they speak a lot of Portuguese. You know what I mean? They won the battle over there.
Yeah.
The Jewish Portuguese.
Brazil's all Portuguese.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy if you think about it, but we don't think that far. We don't want to get that deep because it's like people say, it's too hard, it's too much work.
People, they don't care to think that deep. They don't see how it relates to them. They don't think that I'm different from a person that's in Brazil or different from a person in fucking Mexico or in California. We all the same motherfucking people, just different boat stops. And different shades, and we got a little southern accent or whatever type of accent you got. You just speak something different.
How much do y'all think education has to do with our disconnect between men and women? Because I look women. I know y'all probably saying this motherfucker here dumb as shit. I know y'all be saying that sometimes. Because I done said that too. I ain't gonna say that. I have said that. I have said this motherfucker here is stupid. You know what I mean? It's just like you ain't got it all. You had a lot of calypsos growing up. You did.
I think like that, but I'm still that sweet. I'm like, oh, that poor thing. He just needs some more.
Poor little tink tink.
Poor little tink tink. It's all right, baby. This is what you need to do, okay?
How much do you think education has to do with it?
A lot. I mean, I don't want to say the education system. It separates us. It makes us look at each other like, I don't want to say sexually, but it makes me look at a man like I can't have just a regular relationship with a man. Like I have 2 male best friends that are male best friends. Like, ew, y'all niggas don't even have private parts. Like, how are y'all? Like, I don't see them in any type of sexual way. Like, ew, you can have relationships with people without sex being involved, but I feel like in the school system, it's male versus female. Like, it's nothing that teaches you to look at the opposite sex like a person versus, oh, this is a male, this is a female, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how y'all supposed to date, y'all supposed to court, y'all supposed to do this, do that. They just don't define much for you, and they don't teach you anything. Not that they should. Why should they?
They shouldn't.
I mean, you want them to, but if I'm white, why would I teach this
Oh,
in my
right.
school?
Facts.
Why? For y'all to be like this power couple and then y'all raise all these fabulous black babies?
Right.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
What about you? What do you think of as far as education is, and how much does it affect our relationships?
I think education helps empower people.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I just looked up, this is graph, right?
What is this?
So
That boy putting up pie charts for y'all ass.
so check it out.
Line graphs.
This is white men. This is white women. There was a little difference, right?
Yeah.
Tracked down, tracked up, and then by the 90s, women started getting more. Well, white women started getting more college education than white men. But look at black men, black women. We were on the same line.
Yep,
Yeah.
for a very long time.
On the same line. By 1980, we stagnate out. But black women continued to get more education tracking up. What that says to me is that there was something that happened to strike out at black men, because then that can ruin relationships. Now it's like, oh, you're not on my level. You know what I mean? And that's in the 80s.
Yep.
Man, that sounds like something happened in the 80s.
What
I
was
can't
going
think
on
of what
in
happened
the
in the
80s?
You ever heard of a show called Snowfall?
Yeah.
I think that was based in the 80s.
Crack.
Yeah.
What? Reaganomics?
Jail.
Who was ruling in
Yeah.
the 80s? What
Yeah,
happened?
man.
And just thinking back to feminism, the whole topic of the show, we were ruling shit for a long ass time. We was pumping out babies and ruling kingdoms for a long ass motherfucking time. It wasn't until the whites came along and said, "Nah, y'all need to do that shit." Around that time, refer back to the chart.
Nah, because that 1980 was glaring. Because you look at what that feminism came in, and it just
You can see it. It's
Real.
there in your face. Something happened. We don't know what. Maybe we'll see a turn now that all the white people are on opioids. They're dying out anyway. But now that it's a crisis for them, maybe the tides will turn. Who knows? I don't. But shout out to Bobby Hemmett, because I listen to his lectures all the time. He talks about this all the time. Women got educated and they was like, we don't need no nigga. We don't need y'all. Bobby said all the time, y'all better look for that nigga on that bike, because he is y'all better look for the nigga on the bike, because that's the man that's going to treat you like a queen.
Man, look.
It's some crazy shit to see.
One thing I definitely when it comes to education, we always look at what the boys are pushed at in school. Boys are pushed into the sports. They're pushed into certain different things that's not necessarily going to help us. Girls are pushed into the sciences and the different things like in that aspect. I also think men should be teaching men. But you ain't got a lot of male teachers out there.
I probably only had 2 male teachers throughout my entire
Yes.
black male teachers throughout my entire education.
I can think
career.
of one significant black educator, male teacher that I've had throughout my learning experience.
I can think of maybe one. I had one black and then maybe 3 male teachers, but the one black, he bullshit anyway. So,
they were my favorite teachers. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see a black man teaching, because you really don't see that shit.
you know what? It's the connection, and I think the patience, because males understand how males act. You know what I mean? We learn different. We learn a lot different from women. I think you don't see. There's not a lot of patience when it comes from female teachers when it comes to boys. The only reason I can say that, example with my son, it's the reason why we switched schools with him. There was a teacher, his regular teacher ended up, for some odd reason, she wasn't there. Yeah.
That's why.
Well, it was because the first teacher wasn't like that. First teacher, she had the patience. She came in, and if there was an issue, with those kids at that age, you're gonna have issues, and you're gonna have the patience for them. I'm real big on patience, because especially in the school system, what happens, what you get written up for, your grades, that shit follows you. That shit goes all the way until you're done. You know what I mean? So make a long story short, she left. Another teacher came in, and actually, she wasn't. The new teacher was Hispanic, but still a female though. no patience. It was a situation where between my son and a little girl. Mm-hmm. My son was getting all the blame, this and that, and initially, I'm on him. Don't hit this girl. I understand it, but things kept going, and I finally went to you not handling the situation.
Right.
You writing him off. You writing him off. Mm-hmm. And I ended up having to go to school probably damn near 2 to 3 times in 1 week. That's an issue.
That's too much.
And this is for a kid who before then had never gotten in trouble. Mm-hmm. So that tells me that you dismissed
something
him.
is going on.
Yeah, you're dismissing the issue right now because you see as a male and female. I feel like you are already. I'm not gonna really pay attention to what this boy is telling me right now, and you don't know how to fix the issue.
I mean, if it was the other way around,
boy.
Let me tell you,
he been in office.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be lucky if it was just the office.
But you just want to write him up. Nah. So it's I think education is so important, and there's no transparency. There's no transparency, man. I got a nephew. He's 17. He's already failed 1 year.
Oh damn.
It's not a big issue because he started school early anyway. Mm-hmm. But I was speaking to him about history and different things like that. Mm-hmm. Baby couldn't even tell me what slavery was.
I know you lying.
I swear to God. Slavery, the way they gave it ain't the truth.
That's the one thing they teach it, ain't the...
Hell, they trying to change it in Texas. They call them volunteers at one point. They had to change the shit.
Unpaid servants or...
The indentured servants.
Because that's what it was eventually. Originally, the slaves were indentured servants. You were contracted. You know what I mean? But even that narrative, they've changed the narrative on what slavery is so much to indoctrinate the people. You know what I mean?
It's to get the stink off it. That's what that is.
But you don't even know the main story? As a man, you don't know the main story?
It's to get the stink off it.
Do you know how docile that makes that male? He think everything's sweet.
Why would he be upset?
Yeah, he think everything's sweet.
Why would he be upset? I don't watch those types of movies when I have to be around a lot of white people. When they see us, I've only seen bits and pieces because I'm not ready to go there mentally because I'm gonna be looking at every white person like I'm ready to fucking kill you.
Right.
I'm ready to shoot you in the face.
And if you have a male that's docile like that, and that's not not a fight.
That's perfect.
When you get to the age you're ready to date, what are you gonna have now? Somebody who don't take certain things as serious as he should.
Yeah. Or he might be with Becky because he doesn't see any issue with that.
He got Becky too. I'm gonna be quiet on that. He got Becky too. He got a Becky too. Man,
get it right on the head.
Man, this is the Pipeline DFWI Radio. We are having a dope, explosive conversation. We're gonna go ahead and start wrap this thing up, and just kind of summarize it because I think we've touched so much, and as much as we've touched, there's so much we can still talk about.
Oh yeah, this is a never-ending conversation.
This is damn near 3-hour conversation, y'all.
To start.
And at the end of the day, I hope these conversations, just like what the homie Bruce Jones Productions called in, and he said, which is a big issue within his circle. I hope y'all at least say, you know what? Let me go actually proofread, because I be telling people all the time, if you hear me say something, I want you to go find out if I'm telling the truth.
Look it up. I can't think of my brother's name on Instagram.
What's his name?
It started with a Y. I can see it, but I can't think of his name. But then look it up. Yeah, get them facts. If you don't believe me, look it up.
Look that shit up. Because then it's just like when people always say, "What should I?" When people come to me and they want to know, I'm ready to kind of go down that rabbit hole. What should I look at? I always tell them. I always hit them with a white preference. Go look at why JFK was killed. Look at his last speech.
Let me tell you.
If that ain't no shit right there for your ass, I don't know what to give you.
He can give you a lot of things. He can give you JFK. He can give you 9/11. He can give you where shall we start?
You know what I mean?
Where shall we start? You know.
And we have to start studying because if you don't know thyself, you don't know the battleground you standing on. You don't know the checkerboard. You don't know the chessboard. If you don't know what you dealing with in this system, in this matrix, bruh, you in for a long life.
Yeah.
a long life, not no long road, no day, a long life, because you ain't gonna ever get past the things you need to get past to even get your own shit. You always gonna be happy with just having a job. Yeah, having a job.
Working and then retiring and then thinking that's it. No. This is not the life we're supposed to be living. We are not supposed to be busting our ass 40 hours a week at some fucking job that we do not like. Like, that's not how we're supposed to be living. That is not how we're supposed to be living. Our minds, our spirits are not set up that way.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad you came in. We about to get ready to wrap it up. Right before we start summarizing, it's funny. I don't know why I thought this in my head. It was we was talking about this on Facebook. They was talking about.
I'm gonna eat the rest of
She
it.
gonna put it on the case. Make sure it don't touch nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this. Eat it.
We were talking about, black owned and shit like that.
We need
and they
more
was
of that.
talking about,
We
we
do.
definitely do.
Yeah.
They was talking about them Popeye chicken sandwiches. I'm like, somebody was like, y'all will run out there and make them millions of dollars, but you gonna do this? You gonna support your black company? People are like, Popeyes is black. I'm like, no,
Popeyes is not. Just
Popeyes
because
isn't black.
we talked about this yesterday. It's like, oh,
Said that.
they
I
think
don't
the
know.
Popeyes lady is the CEO. I said, when have you ever seen a CEO on
Oh,
TV of
fucking
anybody's
God,
company?
bro.
Yeah, she about like 90 years old and she's not black.
She's very white.
That's the
Very
You know what?
family.
But that's how they get us though.
They've done their job.
That's how they
They're
get
very
us.
white.
They've done their job as marketers.
Yeah.
We gonna get y'all in there.
Love that chicken
But look
from
here though.
Popeyes.
Tell Williams to come on. Tell Henderson to come on.
Man, that shit nasty. When I was eating chicken, that shit
But what I'm
disgusting.
telling you is this though. You said support black owned, them some niggas, man.
True, goddamn.
What you want?
Bun B got a chicken
When I was
sandwich
eating
in
that shit, I was
Houston.
eating Rudy's.
Hey,
I was on the
Master
Rudy's train.
P.
Hey, that's a damn heart attack in a basket too.
Look,
Master
got
P
that
now
smell.
has a restaurant on the West Bank in New Orleans. Go support him
What's
if
the
you're
name
down
of it,
there.
though?
It's
I did not know
Big
that.
Papa's, something like that.
Who?
Big Papa's?
Yeah,
Big Papa's? They
Yeah,
serve chickens
just
and all
recently
that?
opened.
Yeah.
Currency bought Buzz Broilers.
Damn sure did.
He bought Buzz Broilers right by Delgado Community
Okay.
College.
Okay.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
reopening that. Is Jet Life
Shout out to Black Business.
Life Burger. Support
Alright.
that when they open. Jet
I'm
Life,
through.
Jet Life.
Jet
You know
Life.
what it is.
And you also got you got the We That food truck.
We got
We
Weed
That.
Ass. Shout
I've
out to
been
Weed
supporting him
Ass.
forever, though, man.
Shout out to the folks.
That's a humble cat right
You
there.
know what I'm
too.
saying? They on Canal Street. They out there on
this
Gentilly in the
Louisiana
East.
love. Y'all did this just
Shout
for
out
me?
to the folks. You know what I'm saying? So look, man,
There's
we out
plenty of
here.
places y'all can go support me.
Hey,
Yeah.
goddamn, we need some vegan fried chicken in Dallas.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, some good vegan fried chicken.
Good, cause boy, I ain't had it since DC. Oh my god.
I mean, I wish you would have brought
Shout
me
out to
some
New
back.
Vegan. Ever.
Ooh, that was some
Shout
good
them
ass
out.
shit, bro. We need it. Let's start wrapping this thing up. So what we like to do, like last time, we just like to sum it up.
Okay.
Whatever's on your heart, you may want to put something. If you want to, whatever you want to do. Or we'll start with you ladies first.
And where can
this
they
is
follow
just
you?
a message of love. I know I don't want to say we've been bashing on each other all day, but we really need to come together. Men, I love y'all, and I know y'all love the ladies, but we really got to get our shit together and come together and do greater things. We cannot do it without each other. Stop with the bullshit. Get together. Make love, not war.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say. That's just all that's on my heart right now.
Where can they follow you at?
Oh, Keech the Sneak
How you spell
on
it?
Instagram.
spell it?
KeechDaSneeak. Like Keek the Sneak. I took that nigga's name. It is now Keech the Sneak. I don't know what Keech the Sneak doing with
She
his.
don't give it up to Keek, man.
I don't know what he doing with his life right now. Shout out to Keek the Sneak, but I got your name.
He got paralyzed though.
Oh damn!
Did he?
Yeah,
he's in a wheelchair.
Damn, that's
Damn.
sad.
Yeah.
My bad, Keek the Sneak.
Yeah, like you're
Damn.
talking bad about. Let me let you know what he's doing.
I
Damn.
wish you good health,
It's
bro.
all good.
Sending good energy your way.
What about you, Josiah? Give me some gold, bro.
Man, visit the homeland. Like you said, man, men and women of our communities, don't let them get you divided. You know, we are stronger together. So, be empowered. It's not just $20. She's got other responsibilities she needs to take care of. Bruce Jones, shout out to you. shout out to any black businesses out there, man. Support them, because ain't nobody gonna support us like we can support us. And you know where to follow me, V Mr. David on Instagram and Twitter. Today is September 14th, so 23 years. Rest in peace, Machiavelli. Rest in peace, Tupac. MOB right. Thug Life. You know what it is, because that shit is trill and real. Because the hate you gave little infants fucks everybody.
That is very true.
T. Jones, give me some gold. I know you got me some gold.
I just want to combine what she said and he said. It's always the same message. We got to love each other, man.
Right.
We've been hating each other how long? And how far has it gotten us? You know what I'm saying? But our women, y'all have to stop riding us, and we got to stop being disrespectful towards y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a group effort, though. We can't just blame the women, and the women can't keep blaming us. So until we come together and do that, we are our own worst enemy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The people outside of us, they love it.
Man.
Mm-hmm. They love it, man. You don't even need the clan and all that no more. We're our own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So until we fix that, and we always treat talk. Don't we always say, but where do we start?
Yeah.
We have this conversation all the time. When does it start, and where does it start?
Well.
You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, just love each other, like she said, man. We gotta love one another, man, because don't nobody else love us.
That's where it starts.
Before I summarize, you see Devin Haney last night?
You know what, man? Let me tell you something about Devin Haney. I want to see him. We had this conversation. I want to see him fight Stevenson, but I don't think Stevenson's ready for him. I don't think Stevenson's ready for him.
You know, he caught out Lomachenko last night.
It's time though, bro. And this is our boxing thing we get on right here. It's time though. I'm tired of them fighting cab drivers. I feel like
exactly what it was.
Look at him.
Beat the brakes out there.
I feel like once you get a belt, I feel like that'll be a new rule. Once you get a belt, you have to fight each other. You have to, because we're not getting good. We're not. I'm glad I didn't pay for that shit. I went on my bootleg jump.
Hell he didn't have no chance before the fight started.
That's my point though. Why are you showing it on DAZN? That should have been on Channel 4. You see what I'm saying?
Money.
They got to start unifying. I think Comey beats Lopez. And then we go from there.
No, man.
Man,
I like Lopez, bro.
But you didn't see his last fight, and I did.
I did.
The Oriental kid gave that boy fits.
He good, though.
He better tighten up, or it's going to be a short night.
I'm going to say this to summarize. Women, I love y'all. I'm a man, I really love women. We not bashing y'all. I'm not bashing y'all. I promise y'all. But I think a lot of my narratives went the way it went is because I think I'll be on. I'm hard on men on this show. You know what I mean? I point out the things: jail, drugs, focusing only on sports and arts and different things. We know our faults. You know what I mean? We know we need to shape the fuck up, because we can't keep saying it's an issue. It's an issue. Okay, it's an issue. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What's next? You know what I mean?
Just like we passed kneeling. Are we not past kneeling?
Oh, we off that now?
No. People took what Jay said and they made it what they wanted to be.
Right.
He was saying, okay, we've done that. Now what's the next course of action?
My whole thing with that, I don't think it's necessarily past kneeling. I think you should continue kneeling. My whole thing with Jay was, you don't necessarily have a right, because you didn't start that movement. Mm-hmm. You have no right to make that statement. Mm-hmm. Include somebody who was actually doing it and allow them to make that statement, not you. You shouldn't have to make that statement first. Mm-hmm. That's my only thing with that.
And you know,
but
the thing was sticky because every time where he took the settlement on the low.
That was for the money he's owed,
and signed the waiver not to speak about it. So there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah,
I don't think he should have signed that waiver.
A lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people believe what you just said. So they said, tell Eric Reed shut the fuck up.
Right.
Because you play for the motherfuckers. You play for the oppressor while you talking shit about him. That shit can go so many.
That's dicey.
Yeah.
It can go so many different ways though. So,
slippery slope.
Boy, that's slow.
With all that said, man, let's. At the end of the day, if you only can apply what you know. Mm-hmm. And I think we definitely need to take what you may have argued about doing this week and dig deeper into it. Right. Understand your counterpart. A lot of things go into our makeup. Astrology and different things like that. Your numbers and different things like that. That shit is real. Our ancestors taught these motherfuckers who are ruling us with the same information that we need. Mm-hmm. And until we learn that stuff, and we ain't gonna ever be back where we need to be. But if you putting back,
that's all we give a fuck about.
But you know what? Those chemical imbalance. And until you fix that shit, you can't comprehend any of this stuff. Because your brain not functioning right. So I mean, it's so much I can say. We got to get up out of here. Again, man, we appreciate y'all. Bruce Jones, thanks for calling in. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in today. It was live today. This is a conversation.
I know. I'm not ready for it to be over.
Next time we need more women, man. We always got more guys. We need more women.
I'm not ready for it to
They
be
don't
over.
I think it's a bro. Coming in front of this mic.
Bro, tell them we'll bring some Popeye's chicken sandwiches and we'll be packed out.
Ladies, come on down.
Smack. Don't be getting the bag be empty, bro. Don't be nothing there.
Nah, man, we appreciate everybody, man. Y'all know tell people where to follow you, bro.
The Mr. David, Twitter, Instagram. Holla at me.
T. Jones.
My tweets be good, man.
DFWI Radio, the dopest
on everything, on every platform.
Dopest online radio in the city, man. And you know, at Tree Top Dallas for me on everything, which I'm about to disappear for marketing and branding. But y'all can still follow me on there. We love y'all,
for that. The plans for that.
We gotta turn up on them. Gotta turn up on them. But yeah, man, y'all have a good, safe weekend, man. Somebody died from drunk driving last night, man. 2 people died from drunk driving last night. 2 women, man. So rest in peace to them, man. Y'all be safe because y'all know how I get out here late at night.
That is
Everybody
true.
getting swirling. If you can't drive, man, Uber.
That's what Uber is for.
Please, man. I do not want to see. And then Deep Element, please, man. No violence, man. No violence. Everybody, please be safe, man. It ain't worth it. Shit ain't worth it. They ain't never let it worth it. I don't know when we gonna be back. We be back in a couple weeks. I gotta go to Atlanta in 2 weeks.
When you come back, we'll be back at the original crib.
Oh, we coming back.
Yeah,
Turn up.
Like next week.
Turn up, man. Hey, man, congratulations to that. And we out. Peace. Thank you.
Don't let vape and kill you, man. That shit is bad.